What person doesn't force us to be one-sided? Who will we go to? Faith, critical sign, not attenuated. John 6 verses 60 to 69. Welcome to our commentary on the Gospels channel, to discover yourself. Today we delve deeper into the meaning of the bitterness and rejection we suffer, even in proclaiming the Lord. For a more complete overview of our human, cultural and spiritual proposal, we suggest you visit the website juvie.art. A God at our level. This logos is sclerotic, verse 60. That is to say, imagine that the Most High joins the least in everything. It is an incomprehensible and offensive position. May the Eternal recognize himself in a simple Son of Man. As in his ministry in Judea, Jesus' final activity in Galilee ends in failure, verse 66. Even the disciples who taste the new word are disappointed. Many of the people sought him as a miracle worker, continuing to settle for the dominant points of reference of the same material bread as always. Christ is not for continuing to adapt, but for high nutrition. Consistent. Here's the crisis. It is not lacking when faced with serious choices. The master had a different interpretation, and the wedding drama could not be resolved in convenient parentheses. Proposals such as the community of goods, the choice of last place, the welcome extended not only to clan neighbors and so on. They turn the idea of greatness and failure on its head. The question is disturbing. But do you want to leave too? Verse 67. Peter answers in the plural, expressing the faith of the small group that takes risks, without too many key circumstances, and which can be ours. The Galilee crisis is not a pale historical memory, but a watershed at the center of which we are all every day. A persistent event, which divides us from easy enthusiasm, but leads the authentic journey. Accepting this final challenge changes the boundaries of the narrow world that entangles the soul. Therefore, the course of existence. Even the ambitious disciples, who perhaps did not want the inconveniences of another kingdom, built in the artisanal, day by day. The ranks are thinning, the choices are no longer obvious, there are many voices, and even half measures. The once safe place is under threat. Is it worth being consistent? Isn't it better to adapt to power relations? Or of fashion? Faith unites us with the Lord. Listening gives the right position. And in the Eucharist the intertwining of the human and divine natures is produced. Deep aspirations drive beyond calculation and the natural order. In us, the embodiment and action of the only guide who can be trusted continues. The purity of the truth is not shattered, rather it pours out. Faced with hardship in the desert, the people had doubted the divine presence among us. Same happened in the Johannine communities of the end of the 1st century, who wondered about the presence of the risen one in the breaking of bread. Some had abandoned the church to return to the onions of Egypt. On the other hand, the area of Ephesus was not lacking in prosperity and attractions, sanctified by pagan religiosity. Same devout life polarized around economic activities of the Artemis temple. Transformed into one of the major banks of the ancient East, it guaranteed light-heartedness and a much more solid and eye-catching quality of life. Of the humble Eucharistic sign. I mean, what could those crumbs be worth compared to one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world? Only a small group remains with Jesus, which, however, is more intimate. And it asks the right question. Is it also dignified not to be first in the class? And winning. Who knows how to enhance history? And every route. Even defections. What person does not force us to be one-sided? Who will we go to? John 6 verses 60 to 69. Thank you all for your kind attention. We invite you to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our activities. If you liked it, leave a like to support us. Subscribe, give your precious like, share with your friends, and comment as well. Join us as we explore the depths of faith, revealing truths, experiences, and paths that nourish the soul and inspire the heart.